the vast world of One Piece, devil fruits play a pivotal role in shaping the powers and abilities of characters. While the initial abilities of a devil fruit can be impressive, only a few users have reached an advanced stage known as Devil Fruit Awakening. Awakening unlocks new and enhanced powers, allowing users to showcase their true strength. From manipulating the environment to unleashing devastating attacks, these awakenings have cemented their users' positions as formidable forces in the series. L1 here are top 10 strongest officially confirmed Devil Fruit Awakenings in One Piece. The 10th strongest Devil Fruit Awakening in this list is Rob Lucci's Leopard Joan Fruit Awakening. Rob Lucci's awakening allows him to transform into a newer and a much more powerful leopard hybrid form. This form greatly enhances his physical strength, speed, as well as his recovery rate. Unlike most awakened Joans as seen in Impel Down, Lucci's personality was not overtaken by the animal nature of the devil fruit, proving that Rob Lucci has completely mastered his devil fruit, and more importantly, his body and mind have caught up to the Joan creature's power. In his awakened form, Lucci has a black cloud hovering over his shoulders, one of the defining characteristics of most Joan awakenings. Lucci's awakening makes his already tough leopard skin even tougher, and his claws become longer and sharper. He also gains the ability to extend his fingers into sharp claws, which can use to stab his opponents. Additionally, his speed and reflexes are greatly increased, allowing him to move and attack with blinding speed, which even the most experienced Haki users fail to notice, as demonstrated with his attack called Hand Gun on Sentomaru. In summary, here are some of the specific abilities Lucci gains in his awakened form: increased physical strength, increased speed, increased reflexes, sharper claws, ability to extend fingers into claws, tougher skin. All these enhanced abilities make Lucci a much more formidable opponent, allowing him to take on even the strongest of foes. The Devil Fruit Awakening, much more versatile and powerful than Lucci's Joan Awakening, is Doflamingo's 𝚬𝚬𝚢𝚒 Awakening, making it the 9th most powerful awakening in this list. Doflamingo's String Fruit Awakening allows him to turn the ground and buildings around him into strings, which can use for attacks as well as defense, extending his range and attack volume, as displayed during his fight with Luffy in Dressrosa. Here are a list of the specific abilities that this awakening gives the user: turning non-living things into strings. You can turn the ground, buildings, and even other people into strings that you can control. This gives you a massive advantage in battle, as you can attack from any direction and create traps for your opponent. Creating giant strings. You can create giant strings to drastically increase the effectiveness of your attacks and defense. These strings are incredibly strong and can even withstand attacks from powerful devil fruit users. Creating string constructs. Your awakened ability allows you to create complex string constructs such as cages and nets. These constructs can be used to trap your opponents or to simply overwhelm them with their sheer size. Manipulating the environment. The String Fruit Awakening also allows you to manipulate the environment around you by turning it into strings. This allows you to create powerful shockwaves, create giant holes in the ground, or even control the weather. All these deadly abilities which the String Fruit Awakening grants makes Doflamingo one of the most dangerous awakened opponent in the entire One Piece world. However, even Doflamingo's ridiculously powerful and deadly awakening seems many times weaker when compared to 𝚬𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛𝚒 𝚤𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚑 Awakening, making it the 8th strongest awakening in this list. It's fair to say, without the ridiculous power granted by the awakened Magnet Fruit, Kid wouldn't be able to go toe to toe with the monstrously powerful Yonko, Big Mom. His awakening is one of 2 awakenings that defeated Big Mom. Kid's Magnet Fruit Awakening allows him to turn other objects, including living organisms, into magnets by assigning them with a specific polarity. His awakening has possible applications that do not rely on the user requiring metal from his surroundings, diminishing that specific weakness to an extent. as displayed during his fight with Big Mom. Here are some of the specific abilities that Kid's Awakening grants. Assigning polarity to objects. You can assign either a north or south pole to any object, regardless of whether it is metallic or not. This allows you to control the direction of magnetic forces around the object, which can be used to create a variety of effects. Attracting and repelling objects. You can attract or repel objects that you have assigned a polarity to. This can be used to attack opponents, defend yourself, or even create traps. And finally, creating magnetic fields. You can create powerful magnetic fields that can affect the environment around you. This can be used to create shockwaves, levitate objects, or even disrupt the flow of electricity. It is important to note, despite all these broken abilities, Kid's Awakening is relatively new and he is still learning how to use it to its fullest potential. It is possible that he will unlock even more powerful abilities in the future. Although Kid's Magnet Fruit Awakening defeated a Yonko, from what we've seen so far, Katakuri's Mochi Fruit Awakening beats it by a tiny margin, making it number 7 on this list. The extreme power and haki difference between Eustace Kid and Katakuri is one of the main reasons why the way Kid handled his awakening seems inferior to that of Katakuri's. Katakuri's Paramecia Awakening is extremely similar to Doflamingo's awakening, but the element of Mochi itself, with the addition of haki, makes the awakening far more versatile and even deadlier in battle. The dominant characteristics of Katakuri's awakening is the ability to turn surrounding inorganic material into Mochi, spreading the adhesive substance around and enhancing the range of attacks to capture your opponents. Even Gear 4 Luffy was unable to defend against Katakuri's awakening, and Luffy would have lost the battle if Katakuri didn't consider Luffy his equal and stabbed himself out of respect. Here are a list of the specific abilities you can gain from Katakuri's Mochi Fruit Awakening. Turning inorganic material into Mochi. You can turn any inorganic material such as rocks, metal, or even the ground into Mochi. This allows you to create a variety of weapons and traps, as well as enhance your own physical abilities. Creating Mochi constructs. You can create complex Mochi constructs such as giant fists or pillars. These constructs can be used to attack opponents or to simply overwhelm them with their sheer size. Manipulating the environment. Similar to Doflamingo's awakening, you can also manipulate the environment around you by turning it into Mochi. This allows you to use the Mochi to generate powerful shockwaves, create giant holes and Mochi traps in the ground, or even control the weather to some extent. However, even Katakuri's Haki and Devil Fruit Awakening combo is inferior to this Devil Fruit Awakening. The second Devil Fruit Awakening, including Kids, that played a major part in defeating Big Mom. This Devil Fruit Awakening is Lord's Ope Ope no Mi Awakening, which is the 6th strongest Devil Fruit Awakening in this list. Lord's Ope Ope no Mi powers is one of the most sought after powers in One Piece, hence why it's given the whopping 5 billion berries price tag by the world government. Even the non-awakened powers of this Devil Fruit outpower the awakened powers of all the Devil Fruits mentioned till now. Lord's Ope Ope no Mi Devil Fruit Awakening allows him to create ginormous rooms covering tremendous amounts of area. These rooms are able to manipulate the fabric of space within them, allowing Lord to perform a variety of powerful techniques. Some of the specific abilities of Lord's Awakening, which is displayed against his fight with Big Mom and Blackbeard, include K Room. You can create a miniature room which you can attach to your sword. You can extend the room as far as you desire, harmlessly bypassing anything solid, and you can directly operate on the insides of whatever the room may pass through. Shock Will. This technique is the Devil Fruit version of Advanced Conqueror's Haki. You can create a shockwave within a K room which can damage the internal organs of your target. Gamma Knife. You can create a blade of energy within a K room which can then be used to slice through your target opponent's internal organs. Shambles. You can swap the positions of 2 objects or people within a K room. And finally, Tactical Room. You can generate a large room to trap a large number of opponents. As showcased by these awakening abilities, especially Shock Will and Gamma Knife, it is fair to say Lord's Awakening is the only Devil Fruit Awakening capable of making any non-haki user win against an extremely powerful advanced conqueror's user without the need to learn Haki. The Ope-Ope-no-Mi awakening is essentially a Haki cheat code in the form of a devil fruit awakening. Despite a range of the broken abilities, the Ope-Ope-no-Mi awakening is still weaker than Douglas Bullet's 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚒𝚑𝚝 awakening. This awakening was featured in the movie One Piece Stampede, and it took nearly all of the warlords, 2 admirals, and Luffy's gear 4 powers to combat Bullet's awakening. Bullet's awakening allows him to deassemble objects from a much greater range. The most deadly aspect of this awakening is the ability to restructure the landscape of entire islands by assembling their features, with an added ability to use that landscape to create and inhabit a colossus whose physical presence is unparalleled. In summary, here are some specific abilities that Bullet's 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚒𝚑𝚝 awakening provides its user. You can deassemble objects from a much greater range, allowing you to attack from a distance. You can assimilate with your surroundings, making your opponents even more difficult to hit you. You can create giant humanoid features, which you can then use to punch your enemies with great power. And finally, you can restructure the landscape of entire islands, which gives you a significant advantage in battle. This truly fearsome awakening ability can make anyone, especially experienced Haki users, one of the most powerful character in the One Piece series. The awakening capable of surpassing the awakening of a Yonko level character can only be held by a Yonko or an admiral, and yes, this awakening is indeed held by an admiral named Ryokugu, making his Mori Mori no Mi awakening 4th most powerful awakening on this list. We are yet to see the full potential of this awakening. However, from what Ryokugu displayed so far in Wano, this plant Logia fruit awakening gives him a power comparable to that of a forest god, the ability to create and control any plant life and also transform and merge into it. The most deadly characteristic of this awakening is the ability to use the infinite supply of plants in your surroundings to literally squeeze and suck the life of your opponents, then use this life force to fuel yourself, essentially an infinite replenishment of energy. With this awakened power, Ryokugu was able to defeat all beast pirates, including Kaido's 3 commanders, with ease. Moving on to the finale of the awakenings, the strongest of the strongest. Both 3rd and 2nd strongest awakening in this list are held by former 2 admirals, Aokiji and Akainu. Unfortunately, we don't know much about both these awakenings, apart from the fact the battle between these 2 broken Logia awakenings permanently changed the entire landscape and environment of Punk Hazard, with one side transformed into an icy cold Arctic and the other into a scorching hot magma riddled volcanic landscape. It is fair to assume Akainu's awakening is much more stronger than Aokiji's, as he beat him to earn the rank of a fleet admiral. Also, it is important to note Akainu's magma fruit is offensively the strongest devil fruit to ever exist, so applying common sense, Akainu's awakening must be stronger than Aokiji's. However, both these awakenings seem weak when compared to the most powerful devil fruit awakening in this list, Luffy's Hito no Mi model Nika awakening. The Nika devil fruit alone holds legendary status in the One Piece world, which is why the world government gave it another name and tried their hardest to hide its identity from the world. The Nika fruit awakening enabled Luffy to defeat the strongest creature in the world, Yonko Kaido, who is also speculated to have awakened his mythical Zoan dragon fruit. The Nika awakening grants the user the power of a god, Sun God Nika to be more precise, and it allows the user to fight with great freedom and versatility, bringing smiles on people's faces and liberating them all. The most prominent characteristics of this awakening is the ability to turn your surroundings into rubber, as well as any organic matter you touch, then manipulate it at your will. As displayed by Luffy, with this awakening, the user's abilities is limited to their imagination, meaning if the user has infinite number of attacks in their mind, their awakening will bring these infinite attacks into reality, destroying any opponent that stands in their way. Truly an invincible awakening ability, befitting for the happy-go-lucky main protagonist of this legendary series.